What's up, guys? I'm back with another video, one that is not related to Pokemon. This is my 2010 Mercedes W204 C63 AMG. Now, the reason this car is really special is because this is the last naturally aspirated C63 AMG ever built. The W205, I do believe it is, I believe is turbocharged. I may be wrong on that. If it's naturally aspirated, great, but I'm under the assumption that this is the last naturally aspirated 6.3 liter C63 AMG. And I'm just gonna go over the car. Got that 6.3 emblem on the side. That was not stock. I don't know if it was there originally and that person took it off, but I put them back on. Maybe it was aftermarket. I'm not sure. So first things first, my headlights are they're a little bit yellow. They're a little bit haze. I actually have had these professionally repaired because the actual headlights themselves are like $1,000 a piece. The grill was really messed up and chipping, and it was blacked out and matte finish. It just looked really bad in my opinion. So I ordered a new grill, installed that. I put in some new bulbs, and I'll get the car started and you guys can hear the exhaust on the car. Sounds really good. The rear diffuser came with the car and it's really old and rickety, so it might rattle when I start the car. But yeah. Yeah, so I put a carbon fiber diffuser on the front of the car, and something really crappy happened this morning actually. And I was gonna film this video and I almost didn't film it today because I was like, you know what? They messed up my diffuser. Now I don't even want to do the video, and I just thought, Orion, you can fix this. You will fix the diffuser. You will figure it out, and you know you'll be on your dandy way once you get it fixed. But if we go over here, I want to show. So this morning I was pulling the car out of my driveway. Right? If my driveway to get to the gym, I need to take a left, or I need to take a right. So I was pulling out of the driveway and someone was coming down the street about 50 miles an hour. Now there was a car coming the other way that saw me and saw I was trying to pull out of my driveway in my neighborhood, and this guy and his big blacked out, Escalade, Tahoe, I don't know what it was, but it was big, it was blacked out, and he was driving that thing 50 miles an hour. I'm honestly very thankful that that car did not completely collide and crush the front bumper. Or worse, crush the hood, the fender, all this. So he came by, he ended up scraping the car. It sounded much worse than it was. I'm very lucky. This was the only damage that occurred, but it was a hit and run. He hit the diffuser, which was up here. So I can drill this back together. You can see now there's some damage on the bottom from it scraping, but this was up here, and you can actually see the screw. You can see the screw of the damage. If I can get under here a little bit, try and see if I can show you guys. So if I push this up, where is I'm trying to find where that screw is. I can't figure out, can't seem to, okay, it's right here. So if you guys look right here, you can see the screw where I had originally got this thing nice and secured on here. And so when he swiped the front diffuser, thank goodness it was just the front diffuser, but when he swiped that, he tore the whole thing down. So I'm gonna have to readjust that and get that put back on there. But it's a beautiful car. I paid $15,000 for this car. It has 120,000 miles on it. I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh, Ryan, you could have bought such a nicer sports car. You could have, put a big down payment and financed, a newer C63. I love older cars. I love buying them outright. I love that I don't have to owe anything or pay anything. I own this car outright. I don't owe the bank. I don't need to finance or pay anything. I own the car. And the car looks stunning. And yeah, it has mileage on it, but that also shows that it was a reliable car enough to get 120,000 miles on it. It looks like the park person is coming here to tell me that I've got to close up my video, but we've also got some side skirts on the car that look really clean. And then if we go to the back, the car is on it's on Megan Racing coilovers, so you can see the fitment of the car. There's very thin fitment of the car. I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna wrap up like 5 more minutes and then I'll be out of here. I just signaled to him. He may still want me to get out of here, but we've got the rear diffuser right here. Looks super, super clean. Unfortunately, and I do have some crappy patchwork over here. So the person, I guess, got into some damage before. I actually ordered this really cool carbon fiber tape that actually does the trick. I mean, from farther away, you can't even tell that it's on there really. But I just didn't feel like spending a bunch of money to buy a whole other diffuser. Luckily, it did have all the emblems on the back. Everything on this car was blacked out. All the chrome was blacked out. And personally, in the sides, it was all blacked out. Personally, I think it looks really, really crappy when it's all blacked out. It just, to me, looks kind of trashy. But that's my personal opinion, right? I know people like to black out their cars. All of my cars are black, so it sounds hypocritical. But I just, I like to have a nice, sleek black car, but have those, crisp chrome emblems and details and accents on the car. So yeah, I also put a carbon fiber bill on the car. It had a much shorter carbon fiber bill, which kind of gives it that lower, sleeker look, but I wanted it to be a little bit more aggressive. If we come back from the side here, that lip looks way more aggressive than the original did, and I can always go back to stock. I have all of the original parts and everything, but I feel like the lip looks really good, and I sealed it with some silicone to make sure there wasn't any water getting in there. But yeah, we've got our my Starlight sticker right here, repping the business. But yeah, let's go ahead and yeah, and this car is so much fun. I've done donuts in this car. I've done burnouts in this car. This car is a blast. In 4th gear, this car still slides and slips. So it's really a blast. Let's go ahead and the interior is exceptional. One thing I like about the Mercedes over BMW is the interior. The interior is incredible on this car. Super, super nice. Super premium. The seats look really, really good. Really like how the cockpit looks. And what's cool about the center dash is that the center dash actually pops open. I'll show you guys in a minute, but it's just a super nice, luxurious car to drive. And I don't mind the higher mileage. The only repair this car has had is the thermostat pooped out. And that was like, I don't know, 1,500 bucks or something like that. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna look at the car in some angles, show you guys some last angles, and then we are going to go ahead and start this thing up. Dude, this angle right here, so aggressive. The beautiful weather out today, like, I'm glad that I just kind of shrugged off what happened this morning. I still went and did my gym routine, and then I came out here to make a video because that's my favorite thing to do. That's what makes me happy. It's not going to be fun jacking this thing up and drilling back in the bumper. I don't even know when I'm going to have time to do that, but I'm super OCD, so I'm going to make sure that that gets done ASAP. The wheels are original. The wheels are super nice. The only modification I've done to this car, the Megan coilovers were already done. So that was already done. I believe it's Megan, and they're super low. Yeah, they're coilovers because they're adjustable. For a second, I thought they were springs. And then as well, looks super clean from the side. And then as well, we got a car coming. I thought the park was going to be super chill at this time. Here we go. Come on, person. Not interested in your Toyota. All right. Looks super clean from the front. The car just looks mean, guys. It looks mean, especially with the splitter. I feel like the car doesn't look the same without the carbon fiber splitter. And even though it got dinged, you can just barely tell that it's sagging a little bit on this side. It doesn't even look that noticeable. So I'm like, dude, it could have been worse. It could have been so much worse. So do one more angle from this side over here. Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one right there. Super clean. So the only modification that I've made to the car, that I actively made to the car, was right after I bought it, I asked my local Indy if there was any suggestions they had for the car. And they all love this car so much, they pretty much told me don't mess with this car at all. The only thing they recommended was to cut the resonator on this car to make it sound a little meaner. And so I'm about to show that to you guys now. I'm gonna show you guys the engine bay first. I got my Pokemon fanny pack. It's a little dirty in there, but y'all know how it is. Sometimes you let your car get like that. So this is the whopping 6.3 liter naturally aspirated engine. Guys, look at this thing. This thing is huge. How did I get this much engine for 15 grand? Everything, taxes, everything. I think it was 13.8. So, and even with the repair I did last year, I've had the car now for 2.5, maybe 3 years, and it's only had one repair, that and an oil change, which was not cheap. And then, you know, the taxes and insurance. The insurance is great, super cheap. I think I pay like 45 bucks a month for a liability on this car, like dirt cheap. Then the taxes are like, I want to say 250 bucks a year. And that's the only thing I pay for with this car, because I own it outright. All right, let's go ahead and start this guy up. In fact, let me go ahead and set this down over here. I don't know if that's working, but we're gonna do it that way. And then I'm gonna show you guys the interior. I don't know how loud that sounded. And the car is warmed up, so it's not like I'm cold engine revving it. Not doing that type stuff. And I don't even know how well it sounded. So my TPMS sensor is going off. Those sensors are like $200 a pop, so I'm not even replacing those. And then I'm going to show you guys the headlights, because I did swap out the bulbs and they look so much better than the mismatched headlights. This person had mismatched headlights installed, so I love this thing. That's just super dope. I know it's outdated and old school, but it's super dope. It's got this little outdated navigation on there, but yeah, this is the interior of the car. You can actually adjust with this lever. You can adjust your steering wheel. You keep mine up there. And yeah, we can see my oil temps up here. I purposefully don't have the mileage shown on the odometer because I don't like looking at it. Let's see how many miles. I believe it was 120,000. 125,000 miles. So I put 5,000 miles on this car and 1,600 since the oil change last. So yeah, but I don't like looking at that much. I don't want to remind myself about the mileage of the car because it has been reliable and I've enjoyed it. So yeah, I've only put 5,000 miles in the last like maybe 2-3 years, so not a lot of miles on it. The trim has held up really nice. The seats have held up pretty nice. There's some scratches on the seats. It could be a little bit better, but overall, it's probably the nicest car I've ever owned in terms of the interior. And let's go ahead and I'm gonna turn on my headlights. Let me show you guys the headlights. They look a lot bluer. So when they heat up a little bit, they look a little bit more of like a crispy white, but I like kind of the frost blue look. So I actually like to keep the headlights on during the day just because it makes the car look a little cleaner in my opinion. Really like these headlights, but yeah, that's about everything, guys. thanks for watching. This is my W204 naturally aspirated C63 AMG. I love this car. Oh yeah, the corners are blacked out too. They pretty much blacked out everything on this car. But and the headlights are pretty dang clean. I think they did a really good job restoring them. They were like yellow. They were yellow when he was restoring them. These are actually still blacked out. You might not even be able to tell, but this is all chrome as a door, and there's still a blacked out tint on here. I may actually take this off at some point. I don't know if I like that. But yeah, that's pretty much everything on the car. The brakes are stock, wheels are stock. I replaced the front tires, but not the rears. I still need to replace those. I'm not gonna replace tires if I don't have to. And I am gonna be on my way because I'm pretty sure they want me to get out of here. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Peace out.